It all started on a quiet night. No one expected anything to change. Earth, as it had always been, seemed to spin on its axis without anything extraordinary happening. But in the silence of the night, something shifted. It was subtle at first, a strange energy that pulsed through the air. People felt it before they saw it. The birds grew quiet, the winds ceased to blow, and the moon seemed to glow a little brighter than usual. Amelia was on her nightly walk when she noticed it. She lived in a small town, far from the chaos of the cities, and she'd come to appreciate the stillness. As she walked, the air grew colder, unnaturally cold. Her skin prickled as though something unseen was watching her. Her heart raced. And then, a flash, a bright light streaked across the sky. It was too fast, too close, for it to be a comet or a satellite. She froze in place, eyes wide, as the light streaked down toward the forest. Amelia knew she had to investigate. Without thinking twice, she ran toward the light's impact. She wasn't alone. A few others, drawn by the same inexplicable pull, had gathered. They stood at the edge of the forest, watching in awe as the ground began to shake. The air shimmered, and in an instant, an object materialized before them, something that didn't belong to Earth. It was sleek, metallic, with patterns that seemed to move across its surface, shifting like liquid. The silence was deafening as the crowd stared, unable to speak, unable to comprehend what they were seeing. Then, a voice, deep and resonant, came from within the object. "You are not alone," it said. "We have come to bridge time itself." Everyone gasped. Amelia could hardly breathe. Was it a dream? Was this really happening? Before anyone could respond, the object began to vibrate, and the ground beneath them rumbled. A strange, almost hypnotic hum filled the air, and before they could react, a glowing portal opened in the sky. From within the portal, shadows began to emerge, figures that looked human, yet not human. Their eyes gleamed with an intelligence far beyond anything humans had known. The figures spoke again. "The time has come for a new alliance. A bridge across time and space awaits you." And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the portal closed. The figures vanished. The only trace left was the glowing remnants of the mysterious object, now dormant on the ground. Amelia stood there, frozen. The world around her was still, but her heart raced. What did it all mean? And why had they chosen her to witness this event? Was it a warning or an invitation? Days passed. The news spread like wildfire. Though the government attempted to suppress it, there were too many witnesses. Videos and photos flooded social media. The world was divided. Some believed it was a hoax. Others, like Amelia, knew the truth. Something had changed. A door had been opened, and humanity stood at the threshold. Amelia couldn't let it go. She felt a strange connection to the event, an urgency to understand it. She was contacted by a group of scientists and government officials, who had formed a covert team to investigate the anomaly. They believed Amelia had seen something important, something no one else could explain. Amelia joined the team, driven by the same curiosity and fear that had gripped her the night of the event. The team, a mix of experts in various fields, was led by Dr. Simon Gray, a former astrophysicist who had spent his career studying the potential for interdimensional travel. He was a man who didn't believe in coincidences. "We need to understand what's happening," he said, his voice heavy with conviction. "This isn't just a visit from extraterrestrials, it's a sign of something far more complex. A breach in time itself." The team's research took them deep into classified archives, uncovering evidence of strange phenomena that had been ignored or hidden from the public eye. There were accounts of similar events throughout history, brief flashes of light, strange sightings in the sky, and inexplicable occurrences. But no one had ever connected the dots until now. As the days passed, Amelia started to piece together the puzzle. She discovered that the mysterious object had been a bridge, literally a portal between dimensions and timelines. The beings who had appeared were not from another planet, but from another time. A future time, where humanity had evolved, and they had learned to manipulate the very fabric of time. The portal was an invitation, not just for Amelia, but for all of humanity. An invitation to explore the possibilities of what lay beyond their time if they dared to take the risk. But the question remained, What would be the cost? Amelia's doubts grew as the team continued their investigations. There were others, too, who had been contacted by these beings, some of them with dangerous ideas. Not everyone saw this as an opportunity for peace. Some believed the arrival of the beings was a warning, a sign that humanity had strayed too far from its true path. One evening, as Amelia walked through the lab, she overheard a conversation between Dr. Gray and one of the government officials. "We don't know the full extent of what's out there," the official said, his voice low and worried. "What if they don't come in peace? What if they're trying to take control? We need to prepare for the worst." Amelia's heart sank. The realization hit her hard. This wasn't just an encounter with aliens, it was a confrontation with the unknown. The world was on edge. Governments scrambled to assess the implications of the interdimensional visitors. The beings had been silent for weeks, leaving humanity in a tense standoff. People anxiously awaited any further communication, but none came. It was as if they had vanished, leaving only the remnants of the portal and the object that had appeared in the forest. Amelia, now a key member of the research team, couldn't shake the feeling that something was coming. She had grown close to Dr. Gray, who shared her sense of urgency. "It's not just about technology," he said one day, his eyes alight with discovery. "It's about understanding the fabric of existence itself." But Amelia's doubts were still there. What if the bridge across time wasn't just an opportunity for exploration? What if it was a trap? One night, as she studied the data, a voice echoed in her head, the same voice she had heard when the portal first opened. "The time is now. Will you cross the bridge?" The words rattled her. She knew, deep down, that the portal wasn't just a means to connect different timelines, it was a test. A test of humanity's readiness to face the unknown. Amelia made her decision. She would enter the portal. She had to know the truth. The team prepared for the journey. It wasn't a simple trip. The portal's energy field was unstable, and no one knew what would happen once they crossed. But Amelia and Dr. Gray, along with a few others, stepped forward. They stood at the edge of the glowing portal, staring into the swirling chaos beyond. And then, without looking back, they stepped into the unknown. What they found on the other side was unlike anything they had imagined. They were not in the future. They were not in a different world. They were standing at the crossroads of all realities, a place where timelines converged and diverged. The beings that had contacted them were there, waiting. They were not gods, but they were far more advanced. They showed Amelia and the team visions of what humanity could become, what it could achieve if they chose to evolve. But with this knowledge came a stark truth. Time was not a linear path. Every choice, every action, had consequences. Humanity stood at a critical juncture, a moment where their decisions could change everything. As Amelia looked out at the endless possibilities, she understood. The bridge across time wasn't just a physical journey, it was a choice. A choice for humanity to either embrace the unknown or stay grounded in the safety of their own limitations. The decision wasn't easy. But Amelia knew, with a heavy heart, that the future of humanity depended on it.